I hear you just had to be woken up to come and do this.
Yeah, mate. It's when you get that food and it sends you a bit sleepy.
So
But I'll be strong tomorrow.
What food did you go for? I know, do you have sort of like a vision of what you're going to eat when the weigh-in's done?
I have a set meal plan, so I go for like chicken and rice, get the carbs in, and then I'll have another meal, followed by some milk, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Yeah.
Especially after like the last week. How has it been making weight?
All right, mate. I make weight good. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to dehydrate myself too much, so it's all good.
But it's still nice to when you're all done and you.
Yeah,
can
of course
tuck
you
in.
can eat a bit more, can't you? Because then you got the fight to look forward to.
Yeah. How's camp been in general?
Camp's been good, mate. Obviously with this COVID, you can't do certain things, but overall, I'm blessed. I'm a elite athlete, so I can train, so it's not been too bad.
Yeah, no, that's good. And what about fighting like with no crowd there? That must be weird as well.
I'm used to it now because I was the first one back last year.
Yeah.
And last year I was hoping by the time this year there'd be fans back, but obviously not. But we moved, don't we? You have to get it done.
Yeah, I think we're all thinking that, mate. I think it's mad that you're right. You were the first on it.
Hopefully by the end of this year, though, it'll be back to normal.
Yes, I think that's what we said last year. But fingers.
Yeah, true.
Fingers crossed, mate. So I mean, we'll come to this fight in a minute, but I just wanted to go back to your last fight because that was a absolutely brilliant fight against James Beach.
Yeah, it was a good fight, wasn't it? An entertaining fight. He's another hungry fighter who was coming to try to take the British title off me, but in the end, I got through him and I was successful and I got the win.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like to be involved in a fight like that? Because like for people back home watching the telly and for us being there, it's like, whoa, this is incredible.
To be fair, when I'm in there, I don't really remember much. It's weird. You go into like a trance, so I'm not really one to remember anything in the fights. After, when I watch it back, I'll be like, oh, I caught him with this shot and that. But yeah, it felt good getting the win. That's the main thing.
And a Lonsdale belt as well.
Lonsdale belt outright, yes. Yeah. So that was one of my goals, and I got that done, and job done.
Well, you joined a good company there. It's not everyone who can win a Lonsdale belt outright, and I mean that's it's really one of the most prestigious belts you can win as well.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the best belts in boxing, and most people don't want to win it outright, but it's something to show the grandkids, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, of course it is, mate. Of course it is. So, if I'm right in saying, when you were training for the last fight, you were at night. You were stuck in supermarket shelves. Is that right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had my Tesco job, and because it was the start of COVID, I was getting up at because we had to go in earlier before the shop opened because of the people and that. So I was getting up at quite early in the morning, coming home, having a little nap, then going training. So yeah,
that's mad. I think people see you on the telly and just assume that you sort of 24/7 you're just boxing and then you're just lazing around the rest of the time.
Well, things are different now. I've got a different job of training people boxing as well. So I've got more time to do what I want, train more. So it's all good.
And the people you train, they all going to be tuning in on Friday night.
Of course they are. Brad's Barmy Army. They all know what they're doing. They'll all be shouting somewhere.
And is there any future world champions in there you spotted?
Who knows? There's always a world champion out there. As long as you work hard, you can do anything. Okay,
mate. Well, before we come to those ambitions, let's turn to this fight. It's fair to say you've got a very good opponent there.
Yeah, Alvaro Rodriguez. He's a good fighter. He's only lost to two good fighters. So he's had a long training camp. He's coming to win. But that's going to bring the best out of me, and I'm sure I'll be successful tomorrow night.
Yeah, because I've said it to some of the other guys. I mean, especially it seems to be more prevalent in the lockdown, but there's been a few sort of upside down results, like Josh Warrington being one. People weren't expected. So whoever you're fighting, you've got to be on your guard. You can't take it for granted, can you?
No, of course, it's a fight. It's just a fight at the end of the day. He's coming to try and better himself, and I'm trying to better myself. It's a fight. I'm going to want to win. He's going to want to win, but I'll make sure I'll win.
Fair enough. And when you do win that, you're mandatory for the European, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, mandatory for the European, but let's get this one out of the way first.
Well, that's fair dues. But further down the line, I mean, I'm not talking about specific fights. I guess, every fighter dreams of becoming world champion one day. Yeah,
of course. You've just got to take one fight at a time because, you've got to get through these fights before you get to there. So I'll just take one fight at a time. I'm still learning. I'm only 23, so just keep learning, progressing, and then maybe one day I'll get there.
Okay, and just final question, a bit of a mischievous one but sharing the bill with Dennis McCann. I mean, he's a weight below you at the moment, but he's getting bigger by the day. Do you think that's a fight that could ever happen, you two?
Who knows what the future can hold? You know what I mean?
Would you take that fight if it was offered to you in the future?
Of course. Would he take the fight? That's the question.
Well, I'll find out.
You know, we're both doing our thing, and I wish him all the best. I'm at Super-Bantamweight, he's at Bantamweight, but you know, you never know what the future holds.
And what about you? Any plans to move up, or are you happy where you are?
We'll see. Obviously, the weight gets a bit harder as you get older, but you know, who knows?
All right, mate.
Nice
Thanks,
one.
Brad. Cheers, mate.
Pal. Nice one.
Thank you.